Okay, is related to the assignment number 8, that means create a login module for the web application using struts framework. Okay, to execute this code we need to install the software, that one is a JDK. Okay, then you just install the JDK and then install the NetBeans for as per your operating system. And then step 3, we need to follow these steps which one is given under this website link. Okay, we already installed with the NetBean. This is simply the NetBean software, and then it's simply the open the particular website. This is the particular website, and we need to follow the particular steps which one is given under this website. That one is developing a strut application with the NetBean IDE. That one is simply the choose the file, and that one is new project. And then under categories select the web, under the project select the web application and click on next. Now we will open the file, new project, then under that Java web, and under that web application. Okay, then click on next. Then you need to mention the project name as we mention as a demo. Okay, then we will just to verify the steps. That one is select, click next, then select web application. On this page under the project name section type login and select the location of the project, click next. That one is as this is a particular project name as a login, right? And on this page under the project name section type login, right? Project name we will take it same as a particular name as a project name as a login, right? Then that one is select the location of project, click next, then click on next. There is no any change. Then after that we need to again next panel you choose a server that will host the application and Java Java environment version and context path. For example, choose a Glassfish version 3 server, Java EE 6 web, and do not modify the default context path. Okay, now we want to select the server as a Glassfish server and Java EE 6 web, right? That one is Java EE 6 web. Java EE 6 web, and then click on next. Then that one is select the framework you want to use in your web application. Means it contains a multiple framework. What exact the framework, which one is a framework is simply the which one is supports to our web application to execute its functionality efficiently. That means we can say that we just to adding the strut, means we adding the simply the that one is we adding some extra API or it may be extra functions which one is we directly used under our web application, and with the help of this we can develop the efficient web application. That is simply the framework. That one is we use a strut. Then that one is simply the next panel you can choose the server. Then the in a framework panel select the strut 1.3.8, the major step because indicates to NetBean your intention to use the strut, and click finish because of we want to develop a web application with the help of strut. That's why we need to select as a framework as a struts, right? And then we click on finish. Means we develop our web application with the help of the strut, and if we not select the strut then we cannot access a particular strut functionality under our web application. Now we can easily access the stud functionality or the stud features under our web application, and we can develop it we can develop our web application with the help of the particular stud functionality. Okay, this is simply the create the environment. Now steps, it's simply the click on finish, select the stud, then okay, below the framework panel you will find the following set of configuration setting for stud. Do not modify any action servlet indicates the name of stud action servlet. Okay, there is no need to modify anything. We can directly create a login page like a login JSP and welcome stud JSP. That will simply state introduce develop a simple login application. Now the environment is already created. Now we will create some code to develop the web application. Then that will simply that means here are the steps to transfer the transforming the welcome stud.jsp into a login JSP. Because of we created different type of files, we need to change the by default name of that welcome stud.jsp into a login.jsp. Then that one is simply the change the file name. That one is web pages. Then okay, this one is this is actually our project. This is already created a strut demo as a project, and that one is successfully run. Now we will practically work on this. Then login, then that one is web pages. It contains by default welcome dot stud. Now we want to change it as a login, just to rename that page as a login.jsp, login.jsp, rename that welcome stud.login.jsp. Go to the index.jsp and modify the redirect to a login.jsp. We need to change the by default, that means we change a welcome stud into a login. That's why we need to change the path into the index.jsp. Whenever we run the file, that means we need to run as a index.jsp, and that one is simply the change as a page name as a login.do. okay, we will save it. Now that one is simply the after that it's simply the open the stud config.xml file and then navigate the global forward section, okay, and notice that you can navigate the section and then describes the NetBeans navigator. It's like this type of scenario, and we want to modify the single global forward like this. We want to change it with a particular login.do as a file name under the it comes under the stud config.xml navigator, stud config.xml navigator. We will just to open this file and we want to change as a global forward. Under the global forward we want to change path as name as a login and path as a login.do. we just to replace this portion under the stud config.xml. then that one is next step, that one is navigate to action mapping section and modify the single action. Like that one is we want to again change the action mapping under the config file. is simply the action mapping. We want to only change the welcome stud with login dot, just to change the name as a login, then login dot do, then again the path as a login, and then again the forward to the login dot JSP. Okay, this is simply the changes we will execute. And then next, that one is simply the uh, sample of stud code completion and Java doc. Okay, we want to create the login.jsp here. It's simply the file which one is contains a modification. We've already done it, and we just to copy this code. This one is simple code related to the HTML code. If you read it, that one is easily understandable. We just to copy this code under the login.jsp, just to control V, save. Okay, this is simply the login.jsp code. Now if we will see this code, it's simply the HTML code. That one is a HTML code which is a head with a heading type, then body contains some HTML tags, then it contains some table format, table tags. Okay, that one is a simple login page. We already developed in HTML. That HTML code is for the login page. That is simply the code as a login.jsp. Now next move, that one is with the second page on this website. This is not a big deal with the login.jsp. That one is simply the HTML code with a particular JSP syntax. And next, that one is get the success.jsp page. Whenever we just to put our user ID and password, if user ID and password is correct, then it creates one output, and it shows a output on browser. That one is come with the success.jsp. That means create a new JSP page in a project tab. That one is expand the login project and right click on the web pages folder, select the new as a JSP file and create a one file. That one is a success.jsp. It's a project, and this is actual the web pages. You just to click it on, right click on that and click on a JSP, and then your file name is simply the, you just to copy paste this file name. That one is success.jsp, and it's come with here. There is no need to mention as a control V, no need to mention as a JSP. It's by default JSP file, and click on a finish. It creates a one JSP file under the login project as a web page. It's automatically created here, success.jsp. okay, then that one is create new. We already modify the generated code like below, and that one is simply the, we want to change that code with this code. That one is simply the code related to okay, we will verify that code. That one is simply the HTML code with the title with the login successfully, and then we just to the paragraph as an email, and we call the bin here with the help of the some login action form, which one is calls with the help of the stud. Okay, it automatically run with the stud methods or stud functions with the properties. We will understand that code later with the help of we need to run. Then again we need to create the same as a failure .jsp, same as we create the login success.jsp. we just to create new JSP then change the name as a failure.jsp, finish, then it's a failure.jsp. Now we copy this code to the failure.jsp, Control V. Okay, this one is related to when the particular user ID and password is not correct, then it comes under this JSP file, that is a failure.jsp. If your password and user ID is correct, then it's run this success.jsp and it prints a particular output. That one is login successfully. Now the next steps, that one is create an action bin. This is actual the concept of strud, creating an action form bin. This is some important related to this assignment. It's about the use of a strud. That means strud action form bin is preferred for storing and providing the credential between the request. Whenever we create this strud functionality, it's provides some important functionality to your login page by default with the help of the strud inbuilt functions or APIs, we can say that. In the project tab, right click on the login project and select a new, and in a project tab, right click on a login project and select new and click on others. Okay, it's simply the click on, then new file user category list, select the strud category and form the file types list, select the strud action form bin type and press next. Okay, now we will click on, this is a login, click on login, okay, or login project, then go to the others, then it's come with select the categories as a strud, and then we need to select the strud action form as a bin. If you see this, it's selecting strud action form bin, right? Strud action form bin, we want to select as a strud action form bin and click on next, right? Then after that, select the strud action form bin. Then now you have type a name for the new action form, for example login action form in the class name section. We need to rename it with the particular class name as a login action form, right? Then it's simply the login action form. Other things are comes automatically, and then here we want to verify what exact how we need to select the package as a com.myapp strud package and then click on finish. It add the login action form as a class with the help of strud. It's automatically create the login action form .java file. Okay, it comes because of at the time of creating the project, we add the framework as a strud framework. If it is not come with the strud framework at the time of creating the web application, it's not running. Then login action form .java, just to verify that one is after the creating the login action form as a class name. Then next step, that means when you press the finish button and when it generated a new action form and it's display the source, it's automatically generated one file, that one is login action form.java file. Then if you check the strud.config XML, you can see the new form bin added under the form bin section, right? It's this login comp.myapp.strud.login action form, it's automatically added under the config file. If we verify this, it's automatically come with the under this file, here is a line. That one is a form bin come with the login action form. That one is called my apps login action form. Okay, that one is because of the strud. Then in the login action form, add two properties like private string email and a private string pass. We want to add the login action form with some parameter here. That one is private string email and private string pass. Okay, then add the getter and setter method. This is again the strut functionality which will help to execute the web application related to a login page. Getter setter method for these two properties, go below this code and right click in the empty spot. Okay, go below the code and right click on the getter setter method and this two property. Then from the conceptual menu, select the insert code and click a getter and setter. In the getter and setter windows, set the to property and press generate now. You should see the corresponding method in your code. Okay, now we want to come with a blank session. Click right click, then insert code, right, then click on get and set method, click on login action form and click on generate. Okay, it's automatically generates that getter and setter method for the particular mail, email and the pass. Okay, these are the methods which one is automatically generated with the help of the strud. These are the getter setter method, right? Select the two property and press the generate. Now you should see the corresponding methods in your code. It's automatically generated. Validate the method and read further, then click on the next process. Now to check the next steps, that's following the steps below the generate the action, generate an action stop. That one is in the project tab, right click on login project, in a project login project and select the new and click on author. Okay, again we need to click on login, click on login as a right click, then click as a new, click on author. Okay, click on author, then new wizard category list, select the category as a file types list, select start action type and press next. Okay, now you have type name of a new action and type a new action in the class name section and choose a start package, for example login action, login action. Then the type login action path section, this value must be the same as the one provided in action attribute. That one is a form, that one is login.jsp and click on finish and click on finish. Then we need to check this step very carefully to run the code. Okay, we click the login, then it's a new file wizards that select the strud category. Okay, we will go through the step by step. Select the strud category, then select the strud action, then select the file type, then select the strud action type and press next. So strud action and press next. Then it comes with the new start action. Then we will verify. That one is, now you have to type a name of a new action. That one is, we mention the new action name as a login action in the class name, and select the com.myapp.stud package. Okay, action, select the package as a stud. Then you need to mention the action path. You need to mention the action path. Type login in the action path section. This value must be the same as the one provided in the action attribute in HTML as a login JSP. Whatever the JSP name, you need to mention as same as a login name, right? That one is login .jsp. That's why it's mentioned with the login. In this window, you have to associate with the action form. By default, the IDE did that for you, but notice that can accomplish them manually by selecting the corresponding action form, the list action form bin name. Then type login.jsp for the input resource field. Use the browser button, set the scope to request. Just to change as a login. Okay, action path, that means simply the login. Next, click on next. Then input resource field as a login.jsp, as a login.jsp. okay, then mention as a request, mention, then set the scope to the request, right? Set the scope to the request and click on finish. This is again to create the one bin, that one is action form bin. But like the bin is simply the functionality which one is help to execute the web applications. It creates a new Java file, that one is a login action.java. Okay, now we will check the next move. That one. Now you should see the generated code on action and source editor. If you look in a stud config.xml, you will notice and under the XML config.xml, stud config.xml, the new path is come under this, that is a login action, right? Let's come with the login action. Okay, we'll say it is already saved. It's about action input, that is action input under the stud config. So action input is here is a login action. Okay, that one is comes under the config dot, that one is action mappings under the stud.config xml. Okay, then you must add behavior to execute the method. You have to simply synchronize the login credential in an email. Now okay, the code looks like after you have to generate the code and add the needed line. Then email, simply the success and failure. We need to check it where exact we need to add it. Simply the login action.java. okay, to add for the name, right. Okay, let's overwrite with the private static string success and success static find string as a success. Okay, we will change it this code with the verifying. Yes. Okay, right, we'll change it with code as a login action.java. It's simply the mentioning with the particular if you put the wrong email ID, then it mentioning with the login failure, and it calls a failure file. And if it is a successfully mentioned the proper mail ID and mail ID, that one is, then it gives a successful, or that maybe a mail ID is correct. Okay, this is the code related to verifying the mail ID with the help of the strud. It's automatically verifies all detail, like checks a particular mail ID contains @ or not, then it's come with a .com or not. It's all functionality which one is we will just used with a strud functionality. That one is actually the use of the strud framework. Now then we will move with the next step. Then configure the forward entries. It's a start dot right click anywhere in the action entry. That means action entry for login action form and choose strud. Then we need to go to the login action form. Click anywhere, right click on anywhere. Then login and choose a strud. Choose a is there any strud option? It's a debug factor, insert code, navigate. Okay, we will check it again. Okay, in a strud.config XML, right click anywhere in the action entry for login action form and choose strud. Okay, we need to go to the config file, then click right click, then go to the strud, and then strud add forward form conceptual menu, add, click on add, but what about what? Click on add forward form, add forward. Okay, then we need to mention add forward as a success, right? And this resource file as a success.jsp, forward name as a success, and resource file as a success.jsp, right? And resource file, then it's simply the other things are same as, and forward section type success, insert resource, mention as a resource as a success.jsp, or use the browser button to select that file, and repeat this process for failure also. And click on add, it's automatically add strud, add forward, then same for the failure, that one is a failure, right? And failure dot JSP. Okay, and click on add again, failure.jsp. Okay, then repeat the action for failure also. Now strut.config, you should have this. It's come with the this automatically. This code is comes under the automatically. That means action with the login JSP and scope. This code will, it's a action input login.jsp and like that login action form. Okay. Now okay, all file, save it, and implement the valid method of login action form. This is simply the okay, bottom of login action form. You have to validate the method generated by ID. You need to go to the login action form, then which is how this method allow you to put more reusable valid in action form and return the non-empty action error for the valid to trigger the redisplay of the input data. Okay, remember the study have powerful support to validating the dates. Check out the special. Okay, add the basic validation over the provided login credential. Then you need to go to the login action form, bottom of login action form. Go to the bottom of login action form, just to go to the bottom of this, and it's a public action error with this code. Public action error, we need to replace this code. This is the 2. Okay, you need to change it with this code. Which one is just to increase your the error functionality, like action error occurs, then it gives some error dot email, this email, a wrong email, this type of wrong password. This is some alert message which one is comes with the help of this code. Okay, then okay, it's complete the process of all about the configuration about the strut and the particular login page code also. Now you've done the application, then press the run main project button over IDE toolbar and press the run button on main project button. Okay, click on the login and login web pages, index.jsp, click on it. Need to okay, done. Now you can test the application and see how it works. Press the run main project button over the IDE main toolbar. Okay, file not here. Okay, run. We need to run the whole project. Let's run. It come with some page with the help of localhost, and it shows on the browser. It's running the file. It's with the help of the strut. It's an dpt type process. It's related to the server, which is we select as a Glassfish server. Then still not showing any error. It takes time to run it. KDB security manager. Okay, it runs the particular project and it open the web browser. simply the page. Close this. Close this. Takes time to run it. Okay, allow the access. Simply the we when we create a new project, we add the framework. We select the framework as a strut, and when we create the login action form, login action, these are the files which one is run with the help of it's automatically generated because of the strut. That is actual the use of framework. Framework is nothing but it just to a helping functions for the particular web application, ready-made function, ready-made APIs, we can say that. It's simply the with the help of when we create any web application, this type of a framework which is create the efficient web application with the help of this frameworks. Like framework contains a different type of functionality, or it may be a facility to develop your web application efficiently. Okay, it takes about time to execute. Okay, it's load. Now it's run with the local host 8080 as a login page, as a JSP page, and it's simply the when we put the user ID and password. If we put it with our proper like as a mail ID, xyz@gmail.com with password, then it gives a login successfully. And if you put the wrong email ID, it gives a error. Like we select a simple password is it's ABCD whatever, and click on login. Then it gives output as login failed. Okay, if I will check it as gmail.com, password as 7, login fail. Actually it shows with the proper as a login successfully. Okay, abc@gmail.com. I need to change my Gmail password again. Okay, it's abc@gmail.com, and password is abcd. Then click on login. Okay, it shows some password cannot be less than 6 character. Okay, not be less than 6, and this is the validation done with the strut. It's inbuilt processes like abcd at rate 123. We will again check it. It's not showing with the login failure. Okay, okay, we will check it with this code. We will run it. So already created. We will just verify this code also. It may be something wrong with this previous or existing code. Just to check this, that one is abc.gmail.gst. abc A B C D 1 2 3. Click on login. Okay, it's showing login successfully done. Okay, it may be something wrong with the particular processes. It's already and previously done by me uh, with a stud demo, and it's run successfully. If we put the proper mail ID and the password, it gives. If we put the wrong mail ID, if not containing the @ or maybe not proper password, then it gives a error that password cannot be less than 6 character. This is again the verification done with the stud API. There is, in the particular code we not mention any validation, it's automatically come with the stud. If we put the password as a proper, then we will check it with the what exact it gives error. Okay, it's successfully done. It not come with the, because of its mail ID is not proper, that means login with ABCD @ the password. So ABCD 3. Click on login. Okay, whatever the process, that means login successfully done. It verifies the mail IDs. It's a dummy mail ID, then it's again the password, but it validates the mail ID and passwords with the help of the stud functionality. That means again the done with the login action form and the login login action and login action form with the help of the stud. Okay.